with so many games played so far in the NBA season, we're going to talk about our breakout players. Z, which player do you feel like has broken out?
I'll say, I know he's a rookie, but I'm going to say Coby White. It's still really early in the season and everything, but he has been putting up a phenomenal season. He's had 20-plus points in one or two of their games so far. He's immaculate on defense. He's that point guard that they need, and I think obviously a little better than Chris Dunn. He fits in with that team well, and I'm interested to see where the Bulls go from here. Lauri Markkanen, Zach LaVine, Coby White. That's a solid young core, and I think they can move with that. Other than that, I think that's who I'm going with.
Yeah. It's very interesting to go with the rookie. Because, we don't typically go with rookies for breakout players, but okay. My breakout player, it has to be Andrew Wiggins, and it's been about time. His 6th season in the NBA. We all knew Andrew Wiggins had the talent. A 6'8", 6'8" frame. He has draw-dropping athleticism. People were comparing him when he was in 2014, back when he was drafted #1. We were comparing him to LeBron James. He was like modern-day Zion Williamson. And Andrew Wiggins, the first 6 seasons, it took a little time. It took some time, and obviously people questioned his work ethic. Obviously, Jimmy Butler saying, who has the most talent on the Timberwolves? Who has the most God-given talent? It's Andrew Wiggins. Who's the hardest worker? Jimmy Butler said it was me. So obviously Andrew Wiggins, known as being maybe the last one in the gym and the first one out. However, Andrew Wiggins this season, he's been tearing the NBA apart. The past four games, averaged 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. With wins. Did I mention? With wins. The Minnesota Timberwolves, without Jimmy Butler, are the 6th seed in the Western Conference. If you would have told me that before the regular season, I would have had you drug tested. That's insane.
That's what they should have been doing, honestly, Sam. I mean, I feel like for Andrew Wiggins, while I am more than proud of this guy, for the past 3 seasons, I have his player profile has actually been depressing. First 3 seasons in the NBA averaged north of 22. I thought he was only going to progress from there. As soon as Jimmy Butler got there, it stunted his confidence completely. But seeing him back on the court and doing this, I like what he's doing.
I think Jimmy Butler, in a way, it inadvertently helped him. I feel like he needed that push in the back. He needed that adversity because before that, he didn't really have the drive and motor. I'm not saying he completely has that now, but I feel like Jimmy Butler definitely helped him out to get that.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs someone to push him back and say, you know what, you don't work as hard. So obviously, I think it may have been a blessing in disguise that Jimmy Butler did that.
Yeah.
I think another reason to attribute his success has to be the new head coach, and Ryan Saunders. Obviously, Ryan Saunders' father, the great, Flip Saunders, was a Minnesota Timberwolves head coach legend. He coached KG, Kevin Garnett, back when he was playing as a rookie, when he was playing in Minnesota. And obviously, he had lymphoma, age 60, and passed away, and the tragedy of that. But when you have a head coach like Ryan Saunders, he's a player's coach. He's someone that players can get behind and really just embrace. Tom Thibodeau, obviously a phenomenal coach. He has all the technicality skills of an NBA head coach. Ryan Saunders, not so much. But now Ryan Saunders, father of Flip Saunders, was huge in that Minnesota Timberwolves locker room as a player. And now Ryan Saunders coming in at such a young age. And the players really have his back. And Ryan Saunders is a huge leader for them. And I think that's really also helped Andrew Wiggins grow, not only as a player, but as a person. And let me just say this with Andrew Wiggins also. Andrew Wiggins had a 4-year, $150 million contract. And the media, everyone, all the outlets,
he was not living up to it. Right?
He's not living up to it, and all the media outlets were just completely trolling him, completely trolling the Timberwolves.
He averaged 17 when he averaged north of 23, 22 his first 3 years in the league. How the hell does that happen? How do you go down by 6 points even after Jimmy Butler left? He was still averaging like 16.
It's not even the points though. It's not even the points because he always had the stats to some extent. His team was never winning though, and he was never the leader. I think another great thing about Ryan Saunders, besides all the soft skills, is Ryan Saunders, unlike his father, has the Minnesota Timberwolves shooting a lot of threes. Last game, a couple games ago, the Minnesota Timberwolves were playing the San Antonio Spurs. Andrew Wiggins, I believe, had 4 3-pointers in that game. Because Andrew Wiggins was more of a mid-range guy. He can drive to the rim, obviously, at ease, and a great mid-range scorer. But now we see the NBA landscape. We're shifting more towards three-point shooting. So you're driving, or you're shooting 3-pointers. You're not really doing mid-range. And I think that's also really help Andrew Wiggins develop as a player.
I agree.
Cut. That was good.